Spring is coming and I wanted to get into the mood for the season. I've seen an eyeshadow palette that I think I can make work. I also am in the mood to do something that I've never done on camera before. So if you want to find out what that is, come join me. Hello everybody and welcome back to Matt H Does Makeup. Today I am feeling bold, I am feeling adventurous, I am feeling matte. So I went out shopping today and I had to get a couple of little bits, and then suddenly at the corner of my eye I spotted this. The Revolution Reloaded Marvelous Mattes palette. Look at these. When I saw this, I couldn't leave it in the shop. And the best bit, £5. 5 whole English pounds. Now, the proof will be in the testing. And as you can see, they are quite bold. So I think I'm going to go quite big with this look today. Eyelids are already primed. I have done my skincare to the best of my abilities. I think at some point I will do a video about my skincare routine. And if that is something that you'd be interested in, don't forget to give me a little cheeky subscribe. Thank you kindly. So I've seen all sorts of looks online where the colours are big and bold and beautiful, and there's some really precision line work in there, but I don't know if I'm that good at that sort of thing, so I think I'm just going to go massive and see where we go. I did get asked by a friend of mine to do a green look. So let's start with green. We will bring it into the crease here, and we'll see how it looks. Big old brush. Let's go. So far, so good. It's got quite a nice pigment to it. I don't know how well it will stay. It's giving me flashbacks of a NYX palette that I had. Whilst the colours looked quite vibrant, they didn't last particularly long. So hopefully, this one might be a little bit different. Look at that. I think I might even take these wings out a little bit further. Now, apparently, the trick to this is if you imagine going from your bottom waterline here, and then in a straight line, you pick a point. So going up from there. So we're looking at somewhere here. Okay. Let's build this wing out and we'll see how we go. Oh, we've gone big. We've gone big. Now what I will probably do is, with a little bit of concealer in a little while, is just tighten this up, maybe bring it to a more precise point. But you can clean these things up as you go. I wouldn't worry too much about it. And we've got a little bit of space up here. So let's start bringing in another colour. I'm thinking something quite complementary to the green, which is going to be either, I think maybe this yellow or possibly this orange, but we want to go quite bold, so let's go with this guy over here. Yellow's on. Not sure how I'm feeling, to be brutally honest. I think I need a slightly different transition shade, or I need to go back in with that green, maybe bring that into the yellow a little bit more, but let's just keep whacking colours on my face and see what happens. Okay, so I want to add a little bit of highlight just underneath the brow here. So I'll go in with the white shade here. And the smallest, there's a lot of fallout on there. And the smallest brush that I have, smallest blending brush, I should say, just lighten that area up a little. So it's time for the lid, and I think, ooh, so much choice, so much choice. What goes well with yellow, green, yellow, and what do you mix in with yellow to get green? Blue. Oh, blue. I could do a blue lid. Let's go in with this lovely sort of teal shade. So I want to try and keep it into, like, from the crease in, I think. So I've got a slightly smaller brush. Let's go in with that teal. Tap, tap, tap. And on we go. It's gone on quite nicely. It's gone on quite nicely. Now, you know I said I'm a big fan of mattes. That doesn't mean that it has to be flat. So let's add a little bit of dimension, and I want to put some gold in those inner corners. And for that, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Liquid Glitter Eyeshadow in the shade Flirty Birdie. Now, you will have seen me use this before, and you know that I tend to use a flat brush for this, just so I can get into that crease. So let's whack a bit of sparkle on and see where we go. Now that is quite pretty. Just before it starts to dry, I went back in with that teal shade just in the middle there, just to try and blend it in a little bit so it wasn't just glitter blue. It's gone with a little bit of blue under the eyes, but it's still missing a little bit of that drama. Now, I'm going to try something that I haven't done on camera yet, and I'm going to try and do an eyeline. This is a Revolution eyeliner, and it's one of those very fine sort of felt tip looking chaps. From what I've been told, and by told I mean from what I've Googled, if I follow that eyeline up and then paint it back in with my eyes as relaxed as possible, this should work even for hooded eyes. Fingers crossed. Okay, nice and relaxed. Nice and relaxed. Okay, line 1, done. So let's go from that point and bring it back in. Eyes nice and relaxed, and we will hopefully see a straight line of some description. Let's see. Okay, the shape is there. So do I connect that to that now? Right, I'm gonna fill this in and we'll see how it looks. Right, so I've filled it in, as you can see. Now, the dream is that when I close my eyes, this will look normal in some way, shape or form. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's try and do the other side and we'll be back. So apart from a very mild slip up just up here, I'm all right with that. Look at this. Look at this. Eyeliner is centralasaurus.rex.com. A little bit on this inside corner, just to add a little bit of drama, a little bit of flair. Don't walk around with your eyes like this, obviously, because I'm going in. It looks a bit weird, but with your eyes relaxed, normal, having fun at a party, no one will ever know. No one will ever know. Right, so hooded eye tricks. This works beautifully. Could even go bigger, actually. I'm half tempted to do a little bit of graphic liner, but I don't know how confident I'm feeling on that one. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Okay, let's slap the rest of this face on. I've just popped a bit of concealer on, and sometimes you get to a stage in your makeup where something happens, you make a little mistake, and you start to go, I'm going to take it all off in a minute. I put concealer on at the wrong stage, didn't I? I know I did. I should have done the concealer and then the underneath of the eyes, but I didn't. So what I've effectively just done was put concealer all over my eyeliner, but don't worry. Took a deep breath, went back in with the eyeliner, just touched up the bits that I'd, well, not ruined, just adjusted, shall we say. And we are good to go. Just tidy that up a little bit. Lovely. So for the foundation, we're going to try something a little bit different today. It's a long-wearing matte finish foundation, the Pro Base by MUA. Now, this is available in Superdrug. Superdrug, for anybody who doesn't know, is a drugstore here in the UK. And it's quite reasonably priced. This was £6. £6, can you believe it? If it's any good. I know it's good. I have tried it before. It is really nice. This is in the shade 120. And it comes, not with a pump, little spatchy spatch. Look at this. So I'm going to blob a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Blob. There we go. Before we go in with the rest of this foundation, I haven't done my forehead yet, and I thought this might be a nice opportunity to go through some of the extra steps that you can do to help prime your skin if just a serum or just one kind of primer isn't quite what you're after. This will completely depend on your skin type. I am what is known as greasy bitch, so I want to try and add a little bit of extra protection up here. Now, there's loads of different primers on the market that will tell you that they will do this thing, that thing, or the other. You're looking for anything that's mattifying, anything that is hydrating, because hydration doesn't cause oiliness. It doesn't. It's your natural greases getting out, and we want to put that barrier in place just to try and stop it interfering with the makeup. And this is the one that we're going to be using today. This is the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. Now, it is the Diddy one. You can buy these, or these ones in particular, as part of a trio. And you get a luminous one, which helps if you want to do something a little bit more glowy. Underneath, it works really well on the cheekbones and on the bridge of the nose. And then you've got the poreless one, which sometimes I use if my skin is really playing up around here on the cheeks, because these are where my pores are the biggest problem. But today we want to be flat. We want to be matte. Well, not flat. We don't want to be flat. We want to be matte. So let's go in with this matte primer, and we're just going to apply a little bit, just in those areas where I know I get super greasy. So I'm just going to rub that in ever so gently, and you can see the difference. Shiny side, matte side, shiny side, matte side. So let's rub this up here. Scrubby dub dub. Now I shouldn't say that because people think I'm actually like jamming this into my face. I'm not. I'm using very little pressure, warming it up with my body temperature just so it has a little bit of extra chance to settle and be absorbed by the skin. Now, a lot of the mistakes that I made at the beginning of my journey was not giving the primer enough time to get in the skin. Well, not in the skin, but like to melt in and sort of work, do what it's got to do, what it's got to do. Sometimes you just go straight on and you're like, oh no, my primer. And then everything starts to get all streaky and rubbish. The only downside I have found with this, and I have to get the Batman mirror out, is sometimes it can leave a little bit of a white cast, especially in your hairline of your eyebrows. So you just got to be careful that there isn't any of that going on. And we should be all right. Okay, forehead is done. Foundation is on. Honestly, this Pro Base stuff from MUA is definitely worth a shout, especially for £6. There's loads of different shades of this as well, so no matter what your skin tone, you will find something. Well, hopefully you should find something. And it's in a little glass bottle, which is quite cute. So before we go in to get some mascara on these eyelashes, normally at this stage of my makeup, I like to put a lip balm on, just because I know I'm going to be wearing lipstick with this look, and there is nothing worse than trying to put lipstick on dry lips. So it gives me enough time to have some hydration going in while I finish faffing about with the rest of my face. Okay, so to continue the theme of going big and bold and beautiful, we're going to go in with the Rimmel London Thrill Seeker Mascara. Now, I do quite like this one, if I can get into it. It's got a really nicely shaped comb, brush, head thing, which makes it really good for getting into the corners without worrying too much about rubbing it all over your face. Eyelashes are on. Look at those. Beautiful, long, voluminous. Volume. Stunning. Now we are matte. We are looking a little bit flat. So let's get some bronze on to add a little bit of that contour. If you've seen my last video, which I think was the Poundland one, I said I was going on a bit of a journey, re-bronzer. And as you can see, that journey is still very much ongoing. Okay, so we're going with the e.l.f. Spiced Apple Blush Highlighter. Oh, look at that. That's quite exciting. I do like a bit of blush, you know. I think I'm going on a blush journey as well. Oh, that's weird. I now look like I've got two different sides of my face. Right, I don't know if this is just me or if this is the power of makeup, but this side looks different to this side, right? Okay, so I think I'm learning. This side hasn't got the highlight on it, has it? This side hasn't got as much of a highlight as this side, and I think the highlight is what's going to try and level this playing field out. So let's get this blush on, and then we're going to highlight the living cack out of it. Let's stick to the Revolution theme here. You've seen me use this palette before. It's got all of these blusher highlighters in. I'm looking to get quite a nice highlighter, so we'll go with this little sparkly dude up here. Little fluffy brush, so I can be a bit more precise about the application. Oh, shiny, shiny, shiny. That's way too much in it. On camera, you could probably get away with it. In real life, it looks like I've just got two fingers with some silver paint and just gone smush, smush. Let's soften that out. Where's my rescue brush? Foundation brush. And we'll just tap that on just to take the edge off that. Okay, that's a little bit better. That is a little bit better. Right, last but not least, let's whack a lip on. So for the lips, we will do the e.l.f. Glossy Lip Stain in the shade Spicy Sienna. And there we have it. The face is done. The eyes are as big and as bold as I thought I would be able to do. I think this is something that I will keep developing because I like the idea of having big, bold, bright colours. Especially with this sort of long wingy thing here. I might just tidy that up a little. There we go. Add a little bit of that punch back. So I think all in all, successful look. We have learnt a little bit on our journey, mainly around the eyeliner, which I am super impressed with. Love that. The lip stain is quite nice, actually. It's lightweight. It hasn't transferred onto my teeth. No, we're all good. So to complete the look, we will set with the e.l.f. Micro Fine Setting Mist, the Stay All Night. Face is set, we are good to go. See you soon. Bye.